and welcome back to my channel, Indian Hen Farm. My name is Delias Paris. If you want to get the most recent updates, if you hit the like and subscribe, you'll get the notifications for the most recent videos. So last week we did this piece. We did the crisscross illusion belly band, and I'll put a link to this down below. So if you can pull this out and you have some writing space. And we also had this crisscross illusion belly band, and I had popped a tag in here, and I didn't want that last video to be too long. So I am now doing the tutorial on the tag that I fit inside these. I have done a few different sizes. I'm going to show you on this one just because it's a little bigger and a little easier to see. In fact, I wonder if I should. Here we go. That might make it even better. Okay. So this tag has a pocket that you can pop things in and out of. And then it also opens up into a mini book. So we got a little bit of paper in there. I think this is so fun. I love the idea of having any additional writing space. And so this is just a smaller version of that because I wanted it to fit in here. So what materials are we going to need? I am using paper, glue, scissors, anything that you want to embellish it. I am using a mix of vintage photo, distress oxide, and also ground espresso. I've got a 1-inch circle punch and something for your topper. I always use these little grommets. In fact, I just received my replacement grommet set because I never could find that tool. So I'll also be doing the next installment of the full journal tutorial. And that, yeah, anyway. What else do we need? Oh, so we're binding in these papers. So I do have a tapestry needle. I've got some thread. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you want to do is pick out some papers, and I've got this. What else do I have? Let's see. I should have already picked these out, shouldn't I have? Oh, that might be kind of fun. Let's try that. Okay. So on this piece, this bigger piece, the measurement was 2 inches for the inner piece, and then 2.5 inches for the outer piece, centered, okay? On this one, this smaller one, we're doing, what was it? Just a hair over 1 1/4 on the smaller piece and 2 5/8 on the bigger piece. If you want a bigger border or a smaller border, feel free to play with that. Okay. So the first piece I'm going to measure is this is going to be my big piece for the, for this bigger edge. Okay. I sound so rusty, don't I? Lordy, lordy. Okay. So I said, 1 5/8. 1 5/8. Okay. You know what? Is that right? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. So I'm going to give this a cut with my paper trimmer. If you don't have one, feel free to use scissors. Okay, there's that piece. And then we're going to do our inside piece, which is just over 1 1/4. So let me measure this one too. Sorry, I'm a little jumbled today, huh? You're like, Delias, you're always jumbled, you big fibber. Probably. Yeah, kind of. And I found my favorite pencil. I was so excited. Yay. Okay. There we go. I'm not in the studio, and it's throwing me off because slowly I brought boxes and boxes and boxes up, and now everything is kind of a disaster, but yeah, that's good. If you ask my husband, he'd say, you're always kind of like that. So we're going to ink this purple one real quick. And I don't know if any ink will show up on that. I always try, But it doesn't always, does it? Okay, let's ink this. And if you don't know, these are, so these are Tim Holtz Distress Oxides. And what you're doing is basically just kind of giving that paper an aged look around the edges. I always say that because, so I'm a member of a whole bunch of sort of Facebook junk journal groups, paper crafting groups. And I see so many people ask about what this is and what we're doing with it. So to me, it always feels like, of course we all know this. But then I think, oh, I guess if you're new, you might not. Yeah, that's not going to age. Okay, so we'll leave that be. And let's do some stenciling on this piece, just to make sure that inside looks as good as the outside. I'm just going to use this one for ease. And let's see, do I have a piece of paper? Do I? Yes, I do. Okay. And I use these cheapy makeup brushes that I got from, I don't know, Amazon, I think. I just find they work the best. Okay. Oh, it has to go under the stencil, Elias, not over, under. Sorry. Okay. And I always tilt mine a little bit just to make it look kind of crazy. I don't like things to look too perfect. It's funny, one thing's in jewelry is like, if it's not a perfect circle, it's always noticeable. So doing an oval, doing any shape other than a circle will make your life, there we go. And I am going to ink the inside as well because, you know, should we do purple? You know what, let's give it a, I don't have my other brush. Nope, we're not going to give it a try. Okay, but I am going to use, sorry, vintage photo. I'm trying to explore using different colors more, but I gotta tell you, I'm still kind of caught up on vintage photo. It's my favorite. Ironically, their tea dye one is not my favorite. I don't feel like it really looks like, well, I guess it does, but it doesn't seem tea dyed enough. Okay, there we go. And the next step that we're going to do is we're going to make our little, we're going to fold both these in half, actually. Let's go ahead and just fold it in half, corner to corner. And where's my bone folder? If you don't have a bone folder, you can use a credit card. Use whatever you've got. I am so excited about Christmas because I have about 1 million items that I want for Christmas. Crafting items. My poor husband. I feel bad for him. Okay. So what we're going to do next is get this little book made. It's going to make our life easier if we do it now. So I've got my, my awl. Now, any stabby thing will work. I mean, even an ice pick if you're desperate. Or you can probably even use a big tapestry needle on this because it's a pretty lightweight project. So we're going to get some paper. And I've got some tea-dyed paper that I've got. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this in. What I want is for it to fit in here with a tiny bit of an edge all the way around. Let me, hopefully you can see this. So I'm going to measure just shy of the actual length. Okay. And, okay, let's cut that one, and then we'll just cut a few more. I think I did 4 pieces in each one. I love additional writing space. I'm kind of obsessed with it, actually. Okay. 1. And once I have one cut, I just measure off of it. 2. 3 and 4. Okay. Let's do the rest of these real quick. Are y'all excited for Halloween? My daughter is going to be a giant pink penguin. And my husband is dreading this because a few years ago, he kept forgetting to get his costume. And out of mischief, since he kept forgetting, I ordered him this giant blow-up unicorn costume, which unfortunately for him, my daughter adores. So he will be wearing that. Poor guy. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to stack these, and I usually use a paper clip at this point. It kind of makes my life a little easier sometimes. So let's see. Ah, come on. Okay. And I'm going to pop this, if I can get these straight. Okay, there we go. I'm going to pop this in here. While giving it, do you see this tiny bit of an edge here that goes all the way around? So that's what I'm looking for. And I already have this fold here, so I'm just going to fold that paper right there. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to pop my paper clip in there. And just get everything all straight, because papers like to move on us. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's check this again real quick. One of the things I found is by doing lots of little baby binding projects, by the time I was ready to do big books, you know, I wasn't intimidated anymore. So little books are the same as big books, but for some reason, less intimidating. I'm just going to trim these edges off, and I am going to use my straight, my, what is this, utility knife? I tried using one of those little X-Acto knives when I first started, and that was a mess. This works better for me. Okay, and I'll save all of these little papers for something. Let's see. Get all that out of the way. And let's check it one more time. Oh, this way. Perfect. So I've got a little edge all the way around, a little edge on the bottom, and a little edge on this side, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to open this up and find my middle. Where are you, middle? Is that it? Yep. Okay. You know what? I actually want that one on top, I think. Yeah. It's a little prettier. I know, I'm funny. Oh my goodness. I'm a hot mess. Okay, let's see. Pop this in here. And I'm popping it down low. And mostly I'm just using this paper clip, binder clip, anything you want, just to kind of hold them together. If you're really good at that and don't need it, great. Okay, so we're going to bind this in. We're going to use the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Super easy. And I've got this wax linen thread, but feel free to use embroidery floss, anything that you want. I just love this because it's it slides through the paper so nicely and doesn't tear. And it's what I think traditional bookbinding uses. And since I bought it, I might as well. And I've got a tapestry needle here. Let's pop this in. This one's a little big. I can't find my favorite one. I know. It's okay. It'll all work out. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to get that all where I want it. And I think that's good. So I'm going to stab once in the middle, sort of in the center. Oh, okay. So one hole in the center, right on that crease. And then I try and do these equal distances just a little off the edge. So maybe 1/4 of an inch in. And if this were a big book, I would use my, oh my Lord, what is it called? My bookbinding cradle, but this is so small, it should be easy. Okay, so we've got 3 holes, one in the middle and one about 1/4 of an inch from either side. We are going to take our needle and we're going to go through the middle hole from the inside out. And then leave a little tail for tying off. We're going to go to the top from the outside in. Huh? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Huh? Okay. And then we're going to skip that middle hole. And we are going to go to that last hole from the inside out. And then we're going to come back through that middle hole. Now, if you split your thread, especially on this wax linen thread, it's going to tangle up and jumble. It doesn't just slide through. So make sure you don't go back kind of through that thread. And then I like to come out on the other side of the knot. So I get something like this. And then we're going to tie right over left. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then left over right, which for some reason is so much weirder to me. I always have to be like, wait a minute, which one's my left again? And that makes a very good knot. And we're going to cut that off. Okay. And take off our paper clip. And we have our little book. It's so happy. And I usually kind of push this down and then just give it a little. And I'll check the pages. Okay. See. Okay, we're good. And there's our little baby book. So the next step would be to take this piece again, this smaller piece that we cut. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because I like to, this is silly because you can't even see this, but I always ink that. Can't even see it, Delias. Why are you doing that? Okay. Now we're going to place this piece on, but we're going to leave some space. I'm going to take this, actually, here, got this one that I can show you. So see how this piece goes above? And we're going, minimum you need is whatever you're going to put in, whatever size grommet. I used a big grommet on this one because I had, my small grommet set had absconded, but now I have it again, and I think the smaller one looks nicer. So let's see. I think I'm going to go about 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to situate this. I like to get it on the line if at all possible, because gluing things straight is not my forte. And I'm going to press this one down. Let's see. Whoop. Yeah, just under 1/4 of an inch. And then oh, you know what? Stop. I did this before. Don't glue yet. Okay, now is the time to use our straight edge corner punch. I've done this a million times and I keep forgetting this part. So I'm going to use the small one. I think it's 4mm. And I'm going to cut this corner and this corner. Okay, I'm so proud of myself for catching myself. So if you don't have a straight edge corner punch, you can take a piece of, this is like a gift card package, or you can use an old hotel key, whatever. Just slice off an end. Cut off an end, I guess. And then if you take your paper, you're going to line this up. Cut. And then you're going to take it and flip it to do the other side, and that gives you that opposite corner. See, am I right? Okay. And you get the same look, okay? Okay, here we go. Now we are going to glue it on with 1/4 of an inch. Sorry. I know. Wouldn't be a video for me if it was absolutely perfect. Okay, let's see. That's a little over a 1/4 inch. Go up a little bit. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. And I'm just going to make sure everything is nice and centered. Good. No, a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, I think right. Is that right? Yeah, that looks good. And this is the way that I found that works for me. So I hold it and I'm going to give it some glue. Because when I've tried to do this, when I've tried to do this with my eyeballs, I always end up askew. And then I'm just going to bring that down. And I'm still a little askew. Huh? There we go. Looks good. Okay, there we go. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. And give it a little bit of a fold. And let's just flip it over and do the opposite side. Easy peasy. Mm-hmm. So I have a rule on Halloween that my daughter can eat as much candy as she wants. And it seems to be working because we still have Halloween candy from last Halloween. She just gets so sick of it. She's like, no more, please. But I'm always trying to teach her that a little bit of anything in moderation is okay. Too much of anything, even things that you think are good for you can create havoc sometimes. Okay, so let's make that, I wish that was centered a little bit better. I'm a tiny bit off, but I'm going to walk away. Let's see what we got for our pocket. That looks like too much going on. Okay, let's see. I've been trying to use some of these. I wonder if... No. Okay, let's get out of there. I know I have something that'll work. Oh, that's the same one. Elias, you're a doodle. How about more contrast? Sorry, guys. I know. You know what? We're just going to use a piece of this. And I think I might have one already cut. Do I? No. Okay. Let's just move it along. Okay, so I'm going to use a piece of this one, which I think actually looks really interesting. Yeah. You know what? Let's go in that sort of area. Well, oh, yeah, I like that. Okay. So, how deep do you want your pocket? My pocket is, what is that? Oh, an inch. But feel free to choose, obviously, anything that you want. And I'm going to go just slightly over an inch. No, I'm not. I'm going to go down. Okay. So what I always do is cut just a little extra past to make my life a little easier. And, oh, it's on the other side. Where is my... Ah, there it is. There it is. I should put it on the white side so I can see. And I'm going to fold a hair of this down, a little piece of this down, because I want this pocket to have a double edge. And that way it reinforces it, and I feel like makes it easier to put stuff in and out of. The whole thing is just better, I think. It's my opinion. If you don't want to do that, you do not have to. And we're going to glue this down. So I told you all that I bought this Barely Art glue. And last time I did a video, I was kind of like, maybe I don't like it as much. But I think I might like it better. And I may change my mind again next week. You know how, like, when you first try something new, you're like, well, it's not the same as my other one. And it's not. I mean, I feel like it doesn't grab as quickly, which at first kind of bothered me. But now I'm finding that I actually like that because it gives me just a second longer to manipulate if I have to. And we're going to do our little notch here. So I'm looking for my center, but because this is a little extra, I don't have to be as meticulous. And I'm going to give that a shallow cut. Now, I took the back plate out of this so I can see the X because the middle of the X is the center. And that just helps us, see, get that centered. And I don't think this is going to take much ink, but we will try. See? A little bit. Okay. Okay. And let's glue this piece on. I like to have a little piece of folded up paper nearby. Do I still have it? No, so I'm just going to fold up another one. And I use this to put in the pocket when I'm gluing because I find it to be so much easier. Like, it gives a little extra room in there, so it's easier to put things in and out of. So I am going an inch, or I'm going to cut this off a little bit. Okay. And you know what? We can just cut that with scissors, right? Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Okay. Okay. And let's glue it on. Okay. So we are going the bottom and the two sides, the side with the notch, we are going to leave, right? So we glued here, here, and here. The notch is left blank. And we are going to pop our paper in. And let's see. Huh? Make sure I'm centered before I pop that in. Right there. Okay. So now I'm going to pop it in and then hold. And like I said, that just gives a little ease for that pocket and makes it much easier to pop things in and out of. Okay. So I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. And we can cut off our excess paper off the two sides. Let's see. Huh? And there. Okay. Ooh. Take a look. Looking good. Oh my gosh, it's so happy, isn't it? It's a little dark. I might, you know, in person, I think it's really, really beautiful, but it's probably would be better to have a slightly more dramatic contrast for demos. So I'll keep that in mind for next time. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's put our grommet in real quick. So what we're looking for is the center of this portion here, right? So let's find, okay, so that's 1 inch, which makes my life a little easier. I'm gonna make my little dot. Cut myself a hole. Okay. And my new set, you know what's gonna happen. Now I'm gonna find the old one. This is the same. You know, I'm not usually a gold girl. Let's try this bronze. Too shiny, too happy. There we go. I like that. That looks nice. Okay, so we're going to put our little piece like this in. this bigger piece. And we're going to put that face down on our punch. And then we're going to get our, hold on, our little circle washer is kind of what it's called, I think. And I think it's pretty obvious when you look at these to see which side is up and which side is down. It has like a little bit of a curve to it. And you want the pretty side up, right? So I'm going to pop this in here. Pop this down. And then I've got this little tool that came with the kit. I'm going to pop that in there. And we're going to just give it a little bit of a hammer. And I'm going to go a little bit more. I tend to do like a little at a time so that, oh no. Okay, there we go. We are good. And now we have our little grommet. Let's keep everything together. Okay. And so we've got our grommet. We've got our pocket. We've got our book. Super easy, right? And now we're just going to throw a topper on. And if you want to decorate this pocket, you know what? Let's decorate it real quick. Y'all know I'm a big fan of the Tim Holtz mini snippets. I just love them. And they look good on everything. But you know what? So I got this piece which says specimen. And I am getting ready for something different than butterflies and mushrooms, though. I'm kind of ready. I wonder if we no, I don't like that one. I kind of want something not red. Something not red. Oh, well, this has this green on it. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Okay. Try not to overthink it. So put that one there, and... Actually, I'm not sure I like that anymore. Let's try it on the other side. Oh, no. Okay, let's see. So that like that. Yeah, that looks a little busy. Okay, we're just going to do this in the mushroom then. I'm going to ink this just a tiny bit. I might put more decorations on later. We'll see. And you could do a little belly band in the middle of this if you wanted, right? Easy peasy. Since it's such a tiny pocket, I was like, I'm just going to leave it. And it's got the little book, which makes me so happy. Okay, I'm going to make sure the writing's, see, had it upside down. Pop that right there. I want you to be, maybe, yeah. Okay. Give that a little ink. Okay. And pop this in. Okay. I wasn't sure if they were going to cancel sort of trick-or-treating with all this stuff going on with the storm. You know what? Let's go. No. Back that way. Okay. So I've got a little bit of a decoration on there. And, you know, I thought it was really fun on this one to put a piece in the background, which I think is super cool. But I will leave that up to y'all. I like it a little better on the bigger one because then I still have room in the pocket. This pocket is so small. I feel like if I tried to do that, my pocket would just be almost unusable. And let's throw a topper on. Where is my, here we go. I'm just kidding. So on this, if you're using this for the crisscross, I think it's best to do a skinny topper, like a skinny thread topper. That's kind of long. I'm going to show you why. 3, and 4 and 5. Okay, let's do 5. That should be good. Ah, come on. Cut. 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 Okay. Oh, that's a little small. Oh, well. Okay. Pop that in there. And I just open that back up and put my ends through. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, did I miss one? I think I did. Oh, get in there. Get in there. Uh-oh. Lord. Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. I usually twist it. Pop it in. Open it up. I'm making this look so much more complicated than it needs to look. And through. Lordy Delias. This is what happens when you cut them too short. I usually cut them on the longer end. There we go. And then we'll just trim it a little bit. Okay. So let me show you why. When you have this piece, because I have the velvet topper on top, I don't love the look of a topper, a big chunky topper, and another chunky topper. I think that looks a little, I don't know, too much. So I've got this big velvet topper up here, and I think it looks much nicer when I've got sort of the smaller topper, because then it sort of blends and it allows this bigger piece to continue to shine and accent it rather than sort of take over. But each their own. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more, hit the like and subscribe. And I will see you guys again with another video later this week. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.